In this step, let's connect, delete, update, and add to do to the database. Let's get started. So let's go over to our favorite class, to do controller JPA. Make sure that you're not making changes to do controller because that's disabled. Let's go to the next method in here. The next method is show new to do page. That does not get affected because we don't make use of the service in here. So let's go over to add new to do method. So this is the method which is called when you add a new to do. You can see that there are a lot of things which are being performed in here. One of the things I had just observed is that this is using local date.nav.plus years of 1. Instead of using the value which the user selected, it's using a hard-coded value. Let's change that. So todo.get target date is what it needs to make use of. And the same is the case with todo.isDone. So now the only thing which is not set into it is username. All the other values are being picked up from to do itself. So what I would do over here is to do. So the value which is coming in to do dot set username username. So we are setting all the values into the to do bin. Why are we setting all the values into the to do bin? Because the to do repository does not have any method which would take all the attributes. The save method on the to do repository will accept to do as the input. So we set all the values into the to do and we would say to do repository dot save. Now I can get rid of this. So I don't need this anymore. Let's remove the empty line and save this out. So what we are doing in here is setting the username into the to do and saving it. Earlier when we wrote our method, we accepted individual attributes as parameters. However, in the to do repository, the suggested way to save is to populate the to do with the right values and just call the save method. And that's what we are doing in here. Let's go in, let's say add to do, and let's say learn to dance. And let's give a target date of 30th June 2023. Learn to dance 30th June 2023. That looks good. So the add new to do method is now done. Let's move on to the delete to do. The thing is, delete to do is very, very easy. There is exactly the same method. So to do repository dot delete by ID, and you can pass the ID in, and I can remove this out. So let's save this. Before you play with any of these, let's refresh it. And you can go ahead and delete one of these. So AWS is gone, Azure is gone, and if you don't, you can go ahead and delete the others as well. So delete is done. The next one is show update to do page. When you click update to do, we get the to do details by using to do service.find by ID. We would want to replace it by using to do repository. So to do service, instead of that, to do repository. The thing is, the find by ID does not retrieve the to do. You need to do a little bit more. So you need to do a dot get. So find by ID returns an optional. From the optional to get the to do, you need to do a dot get. I'll save this. And now if I refresh, and now if I refresh, I'll see all the to-dos because the application was restarted and all the to-dos were reloaded. We want to do an update of get AWS certified. So you can see the details in here. Now, what we want to do is the last thing, which is update to do. When I click submit in here, we'll be calling the update to do method. So let's go in here and update this as well. The thing is, the change on this is very, very simple as well. So it's to do repository dot save and we can pass in the entity to do. And I don't need to do service invocation anymore. I can save this out. Now, what I would do is I would go back to to-dos, refresh the page, update, get AWS certified to, and I will also change the date to 30th June 2022. Get AWS certified to 30th June 2022. So our changes are now working. You can see that JPA and Spring Data JPA make it very, very easy to save data to the database, to retrieve data from the database by these concepts called entities and repositories. You saw that within 2 steps, we were able to go from talking to a static list to talking to our database. Let's now actually remove the to-do service because we don't need the to-do service in here. So I'll remove it from the constructor, I'll remove this assignment line, and I'll also remove the instance which is present in here and save this. So this is now completely free of the static list. It does not use to-do service anymore. It makes use of the to-do repository. And I would recommend you to play around. If you refresh the page and play around, you would see that all the operations are now performed with the database. I'm sure you're having a wonderful time, and I'll see you in the next step.